It's our day. Hi, Virgo. Mm. Welcome to the Red Kitchen. Welcome to the Hermit's House. Welcome to your Wednesday reading. I hope everyone is doing amazingly. I've just dropped some crumbs on the table, and you know that Virgo in me can't let that just sit there. So we're going to clean that up before we even get started. The chat's off because yesterday a bunch of Jezebel spirited perverts entered the chat and I didn't like what they said. And I, frankly, as a woman in 2026, I'm a little bit bored of being sexualized for my appearance. It's wreaking desperation at this point, and it's also at that level as a Virgo female, which has had to unfortunately be put through that level of like being highly sexualized my whole life. I've kind of got to this stage now where it's like people who have that energy, I literally cut them off that second. They don't even deserve to be like breathing around me. So the chat's off because as a woman, I don't deserve to be sexualized like that. And if people, Jezebel spirited demonic entities, which are kind of running a bit rampant right now, let's be honest, if these kind of energies are being a little bit overbearing, we're going to have to really suffocate them from the root, which is literally just not giving them the space to be able to engage like that. Like I said, chat's off for that reason. Now, if you would be interested in booking a reading, you can do so by emailing me, rubyreadstarot@hotmail.com. We can talk about pricing and scheduling over the email. If you are interested, join the channel, hit the thumbs up if you wish to receive the benefits of the reading, and don't forget to subscribe. If you wish to leave me a comment, Virgo, you can do so under the video. Let's get into your reading for this week. Now, what's particularly interesting this week, Virgo? Let's take this card and not these. That is the Queen of Swords, and this is Mars entering the sign of Gemini. Now, why is this particularly important for you, Virgo? Because I have this feeling that there is this need for you to be very cutthroat in this energy, and it is giving. Mercury goes into retrograde, which is your ruling planet, goes into a feminine energy. This week, Virgo, there's gonna need to be a very cutthroat, very matter of fact, very assertive edge to you. This week, there's gonna have to be a real level of maneuvering from a place of intellectual intelligence, moving from a place of detachment. King of Wands, prominent fire sign energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. This is Jupiter moving into the sign of Leo. Guys, we've just started, and can we just talk about the connection to the astrology that's taking place? This week, Virgo, please pay attention to how the major shift that's going to be taking place in your life is being initiated by this karmic change in the astrology that's taking place right now. Mercury going retrograde in the sign of the divine feminine, whilst the sun is in the sign of the divine feminine, and you're being told to be as assertive and on guard as possible, really is kind of saying to me, and this is speaking to feminine energy, as in females, because, and I say that because the Queen of Swords came out first. There is this need for you to have to defend yourself, which I feel like is being backed by this entrepreneurial spirit or this entrepreneurial fatherly paternal energy. The need for you to stand on guard, I think, is really obvious now that Mars has gone into the sign of Gemini. The intellect to fill the cracks in the aura is going to make up for a lot of bullshit that you may have had to sit through, go through, be put through. Okay? I want to say Mars in the sign of Gemini is an intellectual edge for you, Virgo. There is an intellectual astuteness as well as an entrepreneurial ability that is being very much supported by the universe right now. It's literally telling you, put this mental assertiveness, put this game plan, go to war with whatever it is that you know makes you lucrative. I'm not going to take these. I'm going to take the one that flipped out. And that is the Seven of Wands. Virgo, it doesn't matter what sex I'm talking to here. I feel like for a lot of you recently have really been tested by a lot of people that are quite frankly beneath you. And there has been a lot of pokes, a lot of prods. This might have thrown you off a little bit, but you know what it's done? It's honestly a reminder to the universe how above a lot of the basic bullshit you are. And regardless of how many pokes, and regardless of how many prods, and regardless of however many times, like people that are obviously below you that cannot come to terms or accept the fact that they're below you are going to really try to take you off your throne, take you off your game, take you off of your position of higher stature over them. And I feel like this is actually quite literal. The Virgo is always at the pinnacle, okay? That's what the archetype represents. Virgo, more often than not, likes to be in a position of power. However, here you are, regardless of circumstances, regardless of however much you're being tested, regardless of however much you're being attempted to be thrown off of your position of authority, it doesn't work because you're too well versed in being above it, in rising above it, in being focused and knowing what you're supposed to do. Because unlike a lot of other signs, Virgo has been given that bird's eye view and that lamp to overlook what is bullshit so you don't need to go through it. Okay? So let this week, whilst Gemini is entering the sign of information, of the twins, of duality, of electricity, of communication, of sales, of trade. That's your war plan going into your intellect, charging you up in this time of Jupiter moving into Leo. The struggle that you've had to go through, the competition from the absolute basic of basic mofos. Let me just talk about energy a little bit. If you're a loser who is in competition with somebody else, you're always going to be that person who is secondary to that other person. If you are somebody who is dancing to the beat of your own drum, frankly does not have the time, space, or attention to actually give a shit what somebody else is doing, or even to look and see what somebody else is doing, you're winning. Because the energy of competing is the energy of being a whole freaking loser. If you're a winner, you're out here being the best version of you. Okay? The card that has come up has represented, do you stand up above all of that petty shit? Stand above it. And regardless of however you might have to defend yourself, do it. Because you're still above all of them. Yesterday we spoke about keeping your karma clean. Your karma clean means you don't give a fuck what somebody else is doing. As long as what you're doing isn't hurting them, and as long as they're not hurting you, you really have no need to be wondering what somebody else over there is doing, or having a watchful eye over what somebody else over here is doing. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what anybody's doing? What are you doing? If you're too caught up in needing to fend off, fight off, you're in a victim mindset, which is literally you still taking the energy and attention out of what's within you that has this void of being appreciated, realistically speaking, which needs to be addressed first and foremost. Okay, Whoever's doing whatever, who gives a shit? What's within you that's drawing in this need for other people to attack you? What is it? Where did that come from? Did you come from a family where people didn't necessarily appreciate you? What you need to do is remind yourself of who you are, what your strengths are, and what you can do right. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. All right, Virgo, what else do we need to know for you? Wow. How much conflict is in your energy, Virgo? Where is this victim mindset coming from? And where does that energy officially need to be cleansed before you are being thrown into a intellectual predator mindset that has to attack like an apex predator what creates lucrative energy for you? This is what needs to be cleansed out, Virgo. There is this rivalry, this competition energy. You might even be being tested by energies that are obviously not aligned with yours because you're obviously doing something hella right, which is causing such arousal within this certain community to, I don't know, provoke you. Don't you love how insecure people react to people that are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing? I feed off of that energy. I would definitely recommend everybody feed off of that energy too, especially if you're a Virgo. Feed off of the fact that they're so freaking jealous. Feed off of the fact that they could never in a million years do for the community what you've done for the community, like light work. There is somewhere here where the energy of aggression, external aggression towards you, really has to be internally compensated by a ton of self love. Haters are genuinely obsessed. And you can use that energy to get to the highest pinnacles of life. The Emperor and the Ace of Wands. Virgo, you're not in this alone. There is action and there is an Aries energy that cannot stop following you wherever you go. And if you're a Virgo that I have read for in the last 2 or 3 years and this energy has come up for you, then please know you're one of the people that I'm talking to right now. This Aries energy, this Emperor energy, this authority energy, this energy of action, of resilience, of masculine power, this phallic dominance over everything. This energy really wants to be part of your energy. Okay, now Virgo, how long has it been that you have been out here struggling and striving and fighting and being on top of your game when realistically speaking, there is something, someone, you know what, it's even put you in this position of this emperor. You know what, Virgo, you are the emperor. You are the Aries. You are the Emperor. You are the Ace of Wands, Virgo. Look how you overcome. Look how you sit above this shit. And if that's all we have to talk about right now, how petty and how lame the competition is, please remain in the knowing that you are always going to be above that shit. Because there's a certain level of eloquence, there's a certain level of 10 toes down, there's a certain level of fieriness, Virgo, to your spirit. That action, the electricity, the motivation, the can do. These dumb fucks will never ever get there. And you know what, Virgo, sit in that. Sit in that and enjoy it. Enjoy knowing that when I said to you, you are in a position above all of it, you will always be in a position above all of this nonsense banter that doesn't actually mean shit because it's coming from people that are never ever going to amount to shit. Now, just because people can get followers in this system, you and me both know this system is rigged. YouTube is rigged, right? These institutions, they have so much data and information on you and all of the things that come in and come out of your life. How do you not think it's all connected? You're being tested to see how strong you really are right now. Now, whilst Mars enters the sign of Gemini, and Mercury goes into retrograde, there just so happens to be a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. This is the fatherly, paternal, Saturnian full moon that's all about ambition, authority, and charge and dominance, Virgo. And I feel like these are themes that you're going to really be adopting this week. Not only are you not alone in fighting these battles, Virgo, please know that the right help, the right energy, the right protectors, the right supporters, the right people are standing behind you with the ultimate wand. This one wand defends you from all of this bullshit. Now, either you are this Emperor Virgo, or there is this Aries in your life that is very much all about keeping you safe. And I would appreciate that. But I need all of you not to know. I need all of you to know. I'm not going to take this. I'm going to take this. That we've already spoken about this. This is about how you're willing to put yourself at the center of it. Your emotional accolades are literally the legitest thing that are going to get you from A to B. If you can actually take a moment to sit down and reflect yourself how during this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Cancer, which is such an emotive time for a lot of people, if you can sit down with yourself and actually give yourself a time where you write out all of the things that have happened to you in your life, emotionally speaking, that have satiated you in ways that have changed you as a person. If you do that this full moon, if you can do that this Mercury retrograde, you're willing to put yourself at the nuclei of it. And I've been saying this time and time again, the more you're willing to remember that this is your reality. I'm literally just a projection of your subconscious that you've manifested for me to look exactly like this, to deliver this message to you, to remind you, hey, you better get back to being the nuclei here. Take a moment this full moon. Take a moment this Mercury retrograde. Write out every moment in your life where you have done something that is emotionally giving you so much power that it changed you. The more you're willing to sit in that energy, the more you're willing to remind yourself that, you know what, I'm creating all of this. Whatever I'm thinking, it's all being projected out. Let's understand, where is this negativity coming from? What is this victim mindset, other than a reminder to you that you are the freaking power here? You created this, and the same way you created it, you can actually override it by reminding yourself how powerful you are. And there is no external energy above what you're broadcasting out in this plasma screen that we call reality, that is so influenced by the electronic signals your brain is shooting. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Bring yourselves back to the center of yourself. And you do that by remembering what made you. Why are we doing this? Why are we still holding on to shit? I've just told you this whole game, look, it's a Freudian slip. This whole reality is a freaking game. What are you holding on to? And why are you holding on to it so tightly? This is Capricornian energy. This is not even Virgo energy. It's rigid. It's my way or the highway. Virgo, we don't operate like that. We're lucid. We move through the keyholes that they put keys in. We've already whooshed our way through it. What are you holding on to, Virgo? What the fuck is more precious than you? Hold on to you. Let go of all of the shit that you're holding on to that you think means something. You mean something. And what you've been through has been a reminder, a wake up call that you know what? You're the freaking emperor. You're the Aries. You're the alpha. You're the originator. You're the first one. Stop playing small. Let go. Let go. Let go of all of it. Let go of all of the things that you thought made you who you are. Let go of all of the things that you thought that you needed to be. You don't need to be any of it. The only thing that you need to be is sovereign. Come back to yourself. All of this shit you're holding on to doesn't mean nothing. There's shit you gotta let go of, Virgo, because it's keeping you small. Leo energy is grand, it's royal, it's the star. Jupiter prepares to blow your mind and expand you. You have to let go of things. Wherever you've been holding on to certain ideologies about how much money you should have, you've got to move out of the 3D and move into your feeling of how you feel about money. If you feel like you have been trained like a puppet or like a little dance monkey to be juggling the same four pentacles for the rest of your life, snap the fuck out of it, please. You need to take full authorship and ownership and authority over what you've been wasting your time and energy on. Now, I'm sorry if this is a bit harsh, but frankly speaking, the more willing you are to stop with the distractions and come back to the self, you will understand this is a facade. And this is, and I know you, and I know you're scared, and I know that you're doing this because you're literally clinging on to the last bits of your previous life, which frankly speaking doesn't fit into the reality that you're in right now, which hopefully a lot of you will admit I've helped you manifest. But with love, you deserve it. I have so much faith in you. I know you can deserve, you can reach the best of the best of the best. Virgo, before we get into all signs, what else do I need to tell you for this week? Sometimes expansion comes at the cost of being reminded of all of the things that we have involuntarily held our identity attached to. Sometimes this has everything to do with the nurture that you've received and how I want to call it the matrix grids that have trained you and programmed you to stay fixated on poverty when realistically this time really is about you moving back into the center of it and understanding how the conflict really was a distraction and how if you wish to take ownership and authority right now, you can. What can Virgo do? If Virgo decides to take ownership and authority right now, Virgo, you want to play? Let's play. All right, Virgo, if you decide to take ownership and authority of this situation right now, what exactly is it that you will achieve, Virgo? It's time. For a lot of you, it's time. There are partnerships that need to be worked on. There are pairings that have to come together. There are people, two people that have to unite in order to really overcome a lot of really lower vibrational negative bullshit. Now, if you're somebody who's already in this relationship, please know that your power is in unity. And the more you're willing to invest in this union, the more likely you are to overcome all of the lower vibrational matrix bullshit grids that you have been kept hooked into. And you know, fetishized poverty as if it's something that needs to be part of your reality. The two of you need to work together. The two of you really need to understand each other's power. And the minute you're willing to do that is the minute that you will understand. What will you understand, Virgo? The minute you're willing to work together with this person, whoever this person is, some of you already have this person in your life, some of you are about to meet this person, whoever this person is, if you begin to work with this person, Virgo, what will you realize? I'm not taking that clump. I want one card. I got 3. Virgo, you will realize. This is what you will realize. Coming together, Virgo, will help you realize more prosperity and more abundance than you may have expected. The thing is, here, Virgo, you need to understand that there needs to be a balance in the give and take. Your boundaries need to be maintained and they need to be upheld. There cannot be any imbalances in this relationship. And you know what, Virgo? That's an art. The balance, the fine balance, the art of give and take is something that really needs to be practiced right now, because I need you to understand that you need to prepare to accept an invitation, especially when Mercury goes into retrograde. Now, I don't want anybody to think that this Mercury retrograde is a bad thing. It really is a time where everybody needs to stop and sit in their emotions for long enough for them to clear out the muddy water from the clear waters. I hope that made sense. There is somewhere where you've got to accept an invitation. Your part in this, Virgo, is to uphold and maintain your boundaries, your give and take. That's the general Virgo message for the week. Let's get into Virgo and the signs. Let's give the card a good shuffle before we do that, though. Ooh. Should we start with Virgo and Aries? Okay. Virgo and Aries. Virgo and Aries couples. Virgo dealing with an Aries. What can I tell you? Virgo's dealing with an Aries. What can I tell you? Virgo's dealing with Aries. What do you need me to tell you? Okay, Virgo's dealing with Aries. There is a reunion after a phase of conflict. Please be very careful about your battles. Please pick and choose your battles. There is a reunion. There's a coming home to. There is a sepia tone, nostalgic conflict and defeat. What the fuck? Heartache and loss, deception and what? 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 Okay, Virgo and Aries, I don't have time to get into this with you guys, but what is this? Heartache and loss, deception and envy, and conflict and defeat. Virgo, I feel like you may have been involved with an Aries who was a real piece of shit. And I feel like this person may have really been deceptive and envious of you and may have caused a lot of heartache and loss and conflict and defeat in your life. This person has come with a lot of conflict, all right? There's been a lot of conflict. There is, however, the reunion card. There is, however, an energy of Virgo and Aries coming together. What do I need to tell Virgo in regards to this Aries? What's the outcome? What do I need to flirt? Extend your light-hearted energy to each other. You know what? There's been a whole bunch of really dark negative energy that's been surrounding this relationship, and a lot of it has had to do with conflict. It's had to do with ego. It's had to do with deception. It's had to do with jealousy. It's had to do with heartache. It's had to do with loss. Wipe the slate clean of that shit, for God's sakes. Can we not carry these lower vibrational energies into the new timeline? Can you just get over yourselves? This battle, these wars, this frustration, these fighting, like why? Balance. Virgo, balance. Balance is so freaking important. When people are too much in your energy, you're like a live wire. You're giving off currents, right? Don't do that to yourself. Don't put yourself in somebody else's energy so much where they can get that reaction out of you, Virgo. You need to protect your space. I can't stress this enough. All right, who else? Virgo and Taurus. What do I need to tell Virgo and Taurus? Oh, Lord. Here we go. Ace of Cups and the Tower card. I feel like after a very significant breakup, there is a new revival to the love energy between the two of you. That's so nice. And we're going Taurus. What do I need to tell you? This deck is so heavy in my hands right now. I'm going to put this one down because it's too much work. Let's go with the romance. Virgo and Taurus. What do I need to tell you? Okay. I'm going to take this, which came up right worth waiting for. Virgo and Taurus. There was a massive tower moment in the relationship. There has been divine timing that has been taking place and going to work in your love life. There is a new beginning in this relationship. So Virgo and Taurus, please expect this week some kind of revival in the relationship and some kind of overcoming this tower moment with a lot of genuine love and affection. I feel like there is a new phase of romance within the relationship, which needs to be honored and loved and cherished. Okay, beautiful things. Virgo and Gemini. I personally love Virgo and Gemini relationships, but I know a lot of people are very like iffy about them. There can be a lot of ego, but there can be a lot of out of this world achieving things that are just like on another level. Like Virgo and Gemini, you guys can achieve things together that a lot of people could only, they don't even dream about this. They don't even dream about doing these things. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Virgo and Gemini. Virgo, what do you need to know about this Gemini? This Gemini really is taking the Mars and Gemini energy and really doing something with it, which means planning and preparing, strategizing, game plan, blueprint, organization. This Gemini really is maybe taking some time out to think about the future of the relationship and just what they can do to maybe maneuver it in a way that's a lot more organized and a lot more planned and prepared than otherwise Gemini's erratic kind of way of doing things. So maybe be a little bit patient with this Gemini. I feel like Virgo, they are strategizing and new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Virgo, this may even be you. I feel like Virgo, you might even be looking out over your options, like understanding that the world is literally your oyster and you can have whatever the fuck you want. And there is this level of new love to this relationship. So maybe Virgo, there is a new love who is a Gemini that has literally just done a waltz straight into your existence. Okay, Cancer. Virgo and Cancer. Virgo and Cancer. Virgo and Cancer. Aww. Mercury retrograde is doing something really yummy to a lot of Cancerians. Like they're really beginning to awaken within them where they may have been holding themselves back through like not necessarily understanding how to better maintain their emotions. Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Here we go. Virgo and Cancer, you guys really have been going through it. I feel like there is this opportunity with the pair of you really do get to like be honest with where you're at with each other. And if you decide to create a new love story, you can actually absolutely go ahead and do that. The thing is, though, you've got to be honest. And Virgo, if you are having suspicions about this Cancerian, please ask yourself whether or not you can truly trust them. And then I want you to go back to what we were talking about earlier about this whole victim mindset and victim mentality about how you were expecting to be done wrong. And you need to override that. Okay, it's literally system reset and then system override. I don't get cheated on. End of story. I don't get deceived. I don't get played. I don't get hurt in relationships. That's it. And you live by that and you own it. And it is what it is. Virgo and Leo. Okay, Virgo and Leo. That was like a karate chop. Okay, Virgo and Leo. There is a bit of going back to basics when it comes to this relationship. I feel like the two of you need to maybe take a bit of a break, a rest, a pause to really look at the patterns that are coming up in the relationship. You might even need to take some time to clarify some of the smoke and mirrors, some of the realities of the relationship, some of the truths of the relationship, and how feasibly, realistically, there is clarity in the situation. Virgo and Leo, there is too much, I feel like, on your minds already, and it would really serve both of you to get some rest and get some sleep. Retreat. I've already said it. It's time for you to disconnect from the world. There's too many smoke and mirrors that need to be cleared out, and this Mercury retrograde for Virgo and Leo really is about time the two of you cleared out some of the shit that was going on in the relationship. I would strongly suggest that you take a break, take a break, take a rest, take a retreat, hopefully together, to clarify things. Okay, go on a holiday, Virgo and Leo. Go clarify things. Virgo and Virgo. Virgo, what do I need to tell you about this Virgo? New love. Virgo, there's new love for you everywhere. You know what, Virgo? Just touch the screen, hit that like button, just claim it. Just claim it right now, Virgo. There is so much new love for you everywhere. I told you already, you're gonna have like the hottest girl summer. There's love for you from every freaking direction. There is love from this Virgo, and it is literally being presented to you in a cup. Like, here, have my heart, babes. This Virgo adores the shit out of you. They want a new relationship with you. They're literally stepping forward with their whole heart and their soul because they love you, Virgo. This Virgo and Virgo relationship, the two of you know exactly how to make each other happy. The two of you know how to finish each other's sentences. You know exactly what each other needs without even need to speaking or thinking about it. It's such a wonderful phase in this relationship. It's so emotionally contenting. Like, Virgo, you feel like you're spilling out. You feel like there is like love pouring out from every single direction when it comes to this Virgo. Because this Virgo knows how to take care of you. This Virgo knows how to love you, and this Virgo knows this could be the one. You've already met the romantic part you seek. Virgo and Virgo, you guys are getting married. Like, I need an invitation to the wedding. This is the one, Virgo, and you know it. Okay. Virgo and Libra. Virgo, what can I tell you about this Libra? What do you need to know from me, Virgo? Can you get out of your paranoia when it comes to this Libra? Like, stop backing yourself into a prison of your own making when it comes to you possibly gaslighting yourself about what this Libra is up to. Who cares what anybody else is up to? What are you up to? What are you up to? And if it's worrying about what somebody else is doing, other than backing yourself into a prison of your own making, what else are you actually doing? This is why I say, don't worry about no one. If you're in a relationship with someone, the more you worry about that person, the more likely they are to go and do some fuck shit that's gonna piss you off. Don't worry about no one. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter how they are. Don't worry about it. Sit in the knowing that you are someone who does not get played with like that, right? And if you are willing to operate from that level of awareness, flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. Do you see what I mean? Stop gaslighting yourself and backing yourself into a corner when it comes to this Libra. the pair of you would really benefit from just being flirty and lighthearted with each other. And that's it. Virgo and Scorpio. Justice. Ooh. There's a balancing out of scales that's taking place in this relationship. I feel like wherever there may have been wrongs, they're about to be made right. Wherever things that have been done against the relationship, they're about to be made right. Healing family issues as your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. There is some kind of equilibrium. There is kind of healing that's going on in and forgiveness that's going on in this relationship. Please, Virgo, operate from a rational sense of mind, and please keep yourself balanced when it comes to this, Scorpio. There is a lot of healing that needs to be done, and the both of you would benefit if you started from your caregivers, you know, the initial period of your life and the care that you'd received in those primary stages. Okay, who's next? Sagittarius. Virgo, what do I need to tell you about the Sagittarius? The Star. The two of you are really about to expand together. There are some dreams that are really about to be coming true when it comes to the pair of you. The two of you have this Aquarian thinking outside of the box, doing cool shit together kind of energy. And it's really fun. And you're being told to go with the flow. And you're being told to really expand, Virgo. There have been so many references to you needing to expand. Now, if you're that Virgo who's with the Sagittarius, I feel like you might be the first ones who are actually getting a taster of Jupiter going into your sign whilst Jupiter is in the sign of Leo. There is something about that fire energy. There is something about you needing to remain expansive, to let go of control issues and to allow the situation to unfold naturally. Do you see that, Virgo? You need to think a lot bigger. You need to be expansive. The pair of you need to be creative about where it is that you wish to go next together. Okay. Virgo and Capricorn. Aww. How nice. This Capricorn sees you as the abundant queen that you are, and I feel like there is an element of fertility and admiration and respect and a sense of natural order to things when it comes to you and your relationship with this Capricorn. The both of you share the same element, which I feel like makes it easier for the pair of you to like really get along because you have the same objectives in life, you have the same wants, desires, and needs. And if a mutable earth and a cardinal earth can come together and actually figure it out, what you're being told here, Virgo, is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So where is it, Virgo, in this relationship with this Capricorn? You're going to have to remind yourself of what it means to be the Queen of Pentacles, who that Queen of Pentacles actually is, and how you can be sat in the knowing that you're operating from a place of real, like, this Queen of Pentacles is, she has it all. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's organized, she's got her finances together, she looks beautiful, she's surrounded by abundance because she naturally knows how to draw that shit in. Where is it, Virgo, that you really need to reflect on what your true nature is when it comes to your relationship with this Capricorn? And if that is somewhat complementary to how this Capricorn is seeing you, then I feel like the two of you are really in a for a good time together. And if not, then it's probably a good idea to think about what you need to do to love yourself first, Virgo. Virgo and Aquarius. It's time to party. I like this energy. I really like this energy. Virgo and Aquarius. Mars and Gemini really are. Look, yes, this is your soulmate. Virgo and Aquarius, yes, this is your soulmate. Get out, celebrate, party. There may have been some kind of third party for some of you, not all of you. There may have been some kind of third party interference, but I think the two of you are meant to overcome this situation. If it's not that, then please know that there is some way that this Aquarius is your soulmate, and the two of you really need to get out and network. And when I say get out and network, that's because it's probably going to be beneficial to you in your future. So maybe get out and about networking with this Aquarius for whatever reason you may need to be seen together. I'm sure the pair of you look absolutely beautiful together. I love Aquarius and Virgo relationships. They are literally like the supermodels together. Off-duty supermodels. Casually just like mogging everyone. Okay. Virgo and Pisces. Sweet Pisces and beautiful Virgo. Virgo, what do I need to tell you about this Pisces? Okay, I'm not going to take those. I'm going to take this. There is a lot of bedtime activity, a lot of action, a lot of initiation. There is a lot of phallic masculine energy here. It's needless to say, I feel like the two of you are going to be having a lot of bedtime happy time. Virgo and Pisces, what else do I need to tell you? Virgo, what do I need to tell this Pisces? What do I need to tell you about this Pisces? Pay attention to the red flags that sign of cautioning you. Virgo, I feel like this Pisces may be using sex to distract you from some of their toxic bullshit. Why does that not surprise me when it comes to Pisces? Virgo, pay attention and take action, okay? Wherever it is that you know things aren't 100% right, just kind of look over what you know that you can do to make things right. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone enjoyed the reading. Do give it a thumbs up. If you would be interested in booking a reading, please email me, rubyreadstarot@hotmail.com. Please think about becoming a member of the channel and supporting the channel grow. Lots and lots of love to everybody who has been here. Thank you guys so much. I shall catch you again next week on Tuesday. Lots of love.